Oh hi! Welcome to Noel's Retro Lab. The mail has been piling on this week, so let's open it up. Here we have a big package from Hungary, and that's a hint of what's inside. Ooh, it's like a treasure box in here. Wow, lots of little packages inside. But this is the main package. So, you guessed it, this is a computer. But maybe not many of you know this particular computer. This is an Enterprise 128K. It's a very interesting Z80-based computer that I learned about a couple of years ago. And ever since then, I wanted to get my hands on it. It's a kind of weird mix between an Amstrad CPC and an MSX computer. And obviously, it was not very popular. That's why probably a lot of you don't even know about it. But I'm definitely very excited to explore this computer. I think this one is working, but I still want to explore it, see what it can do, get some modern accessories for it, and learn a little bit more about the history. So we'll be seeing a lot more of this one in the future. Let's see what else it came with. Right, it came with some software. Some of them are just like copies that somebody made. But it also came with some original software, including, what's ironic, one of my favorite ever games, Sorcery, on the Amstrad CPC. So I'm definitely very interested in trying this out on the Enterprise and see how different it is. And some more tapes with lots of software. Hopefully we have a better way of loading these games than through copied tapes. And what is this? This might be the basic cartridge, maybe. It says Enterprise right there. And maybe there's like a LED in the back. Oh, and this is probably the little joystick thing because, yeah, it comes with a built-in joystick. I'm not sure how practical that is when you're typing. Maybe it doesn't get too much in the way. Oh, wow. I had no idea that it would come with extra floppy disks. Okay. So now I'm going to have to get a disk controller and somehow connect these 3.5 disks to the Enterprise. Cool. Okay, that looks like the power supply. I have no idea what kind of connectors they used. Oh, nice. This looks like a regular DC jack, or maybe it's maybe a little thicker, but it's always nice when it's something simple like this and not some weird, 5 different pins and 3 different voltages. Commodore 64. And this is the last of the little bundles that came with the Enterprise. Oh, okay, joystick, and it looks like some cables. Is the joystick any different? No, that's just a regular Atari norm, so just like any of the other joysticks that I have around in the lab. And this is just, okay, power cable for that. And that looks like a cassette cable and a regular RF cable. So probably one of the first things that I'm going to have to do when we start with the Enterprise is to actually make an RGB cable that goes to SCART so we can get the best image quality possible. So this is awesome. I've been wanting to get one of these for quite a long while. I think it's a fascinating system that I'm really wanting to learn more about because I actually don't know that much about it. And we'll be seeing a lot more of it in future episodes. Engage. And here's another huge box. Hopefully this is not a mistaken order of baby diapers. Yeah, so this is quite a different package. It's also computers, but in this case, they're all computers that I'm somewhat familiar with and that they all need some repair. So we'll be seeing them as repair projects in the future. This is an MSX HB 101P. you know, a little dirty and all that. I'm not sure exactly what's going on. I don't know if there's some keyboard things, but we'll find out. This is one of those with 2 cartridge slots. Pretty cool. And also a built-in joystick, just like the Enterprise that we saw, except that it's missing that. It'll be interesting to see if we can get that piece or maybe make one. And another MSX computer, also a Sony MSX computer. Quite a different one. Again, although it has those big keys and everything, very nice keyboard. I do have a working one just like this. And again, this one I think is not working. So maybe we'll have an MSX repair day. And finally, something that a lot of you have been asking for, another Commodore 64 with a black screen. So we'll have another Commodore 64 repair-a-thon sometime in the near future. This one doesn't come with a power supply, so maybe part of that video will be how can we make a reliable power supply, since this is one of those annoying ones that uses not so much the weird connectors, which those are easy to come by, but weird voltages, a mix of DC and AC. So we'll deal with that later. All right, and a couple of Retro Gamer magazines. I'd forgotten all about it. These are the Spanish edition, based on the UK edition of Retro Gamer, some of the earlier ones. So cool, definitely looking forward to reading these. Here we have a very thin envelope coming from the UK. And that's right, I had forgotten about this. This is a blue pill board. It's one of those microcontrollers. And this is just a tiny PCB to connect this pretty much and a couple connectors to make the cheapest grease whistle available. Remember the grease whistle from a couple weeks ago? That one was the top of the line version. That was like the F7 something or other plus maybe. This is the cheapest version. This whole thing, I think it was like 10 euros or shipped maybe, or something really low. So it's going to be interesting to compare what they can do and how they compare the top of the line one to this one that is really very easily accessible for everybody. I missed that the envelope also had this little piece of paper, which is good. Remember the other one had a full-blown color printed description and thing. This has just the bare bone stuff, but it still has it, which is really cool. It's like, you want to have the assembly guide? Go there, hardware setup, go to the group. So yeah, this is the bare minimum, but this is great. It's very good that they included this. And here's a package from Vizcaya in Spain. There's one of those that is hard to even know where to start opening it. And great. These are the startup discs for the Amstrad PCW. This is the Spanish version. And one of the sort of quirks of that computer is that you can't do anything unless you have the startup discs, which they're not even that easy to make unless you have another PCW. So I couldn't even make them on my Amstrad CPC with the same kind of 3-inch drive. So I'm glad I got these. I don't know if they work or not. I hope so, but we'll see. And I think in addition to that, they also come with some of the, like the word processor and some of the other utilities. So perfect. So I think with this, we'll be able to start testing the PCW soon. And that's all the mail for this week. So we are getting quite the queue of projects. I just need to find the time to be able to get to all of them. So little by little, every week, I'll continue making things and making videos. So we'll get to all of them eventually. I hope you enjoyed the video. If so, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Until next video, see you then.